Here is a food story from my childhood. I grew up in Thailand, where food is very important. In fact, people say that Thailand's favorite topic of conversation is food. Thai meals are very spicy. Even a salad can burn your mouth. And everyone eats lots of fresh fruit, vegetables, and fish. Most people buy fresh produce from their local market every day. At family meals, everyone sits around a table, which is usually a circle shape, or sometimes they sit in a circle on the floor. Lots of dishes, full of delicious food, are placed in the middle of the table. You start with a spoon or two of rice, and then you add a small amount of a vegetable or meat dish on top. When the bowl is finished, you take more, so you get to try everything. Often, the youngest child in the family will serve the older people. Meals are noisy and long. You're supposed to talk and take your time. Because food is so important, you'll understand why my situation was difficult. You see, when I was very young, I was often ill after eating food. My parents were worried, so they took me to see a doctor. Soon, we had an answer. I had an egg allergy. In other words, if there was egg in my food, even a tiny bit of egg mixed with other food, I was ill. Allergies like this are not unusual. In the United States, around 2 million kids have a peanut allergy. My parents had to make lots of changes in our home. Eggs were stored in a closed box. If my mother made a meal using eggs for the rest of the family, my food was made using different kitchen equipment. The pans, the knives, the chopping board, everything was different. And we had to be really careful about washing our hands and keeping the kitchen equipment clean. So eating at home was okay, but it was impossible for me to eat at restaurants. And of course, I could not eat sweet treats like cakes or pancakes. I also remember being sad at my cousin's wedding because I was not allowed the same food as everyone else. But this story has a happy ending. Due to my family's careful work, I was rarely ill due to eggs again. When I was around 6 years old, the doctor said I should start to eat a tiny amount of egg in my food. He said it was normal for children to lose this illness over time. He was right. I am happy to say that today, I do not have an egg allergy. Now, I'll move on to our second assignment topic, the future of food. Will the foods we eat 50 years in the future be different to the foods we eat now? Yes, definitely. There isn't enough food for everyone today. Therefore, we must change the way we produce and eat food. Let's consider beef, for example. Farms for cows require a lot of land and a lot of water, which is an environmental problem. And we know that eating red meat, like beef, isn't particularly good for us. So, what choice do we have? I think Thailand has one answer. Worms and insects. Now, many insects like flies, ants, and other bugs won't help, but some could. On the streets of Phuket, you will often see fried grasshoppers and worms for sale as snacks. They are very tasty. My favorite are bamboo worms. In Thai, they're called rot duon, which means express train, because that describes the shape of the worms. Insects are easier to farm than cows because they need less food and water, and they also take up less room. Cows require a lot of land, and it takes even more land to grow their food. If we eat insects instead, we could turn that extra land into parks, or forests, or cities. On the other hand, there are some possible problems. Today, insect farming is quite a small industry. If we're going to feed everyone this way, we'll need much, much bigger insect farms. No one knows what technology we will need to look after and process so many insects. However, in conclusion, I think the future of food is bug burgers. Thank you.